Hey everyone, welcome to 12 Months of Less. My name is Ashley Noga and I'm so glad you are here. You're probably wondering what you got yourself into or what this entails, and I'm here to kind of let you know more of what's going on. You probably signed up because someone on social media, aka me, put something out saying, hey, if you want to have less in your life so you can become more, sign up, let's do this together. And it's pretty vague with what was going on, but this video I want to use to kind of give you a little bit more insight on what's going on here. I'm going to first talk a little bit on the backstory, so how this kind of came to life. Then I'm going to fill you in on what this is, what to expect, how it all works. And then the last thing I'm going to do is give you some tips on how this challenge can really change your life if you choose to participate. Also, ignore my note cards, please. I have a lot of information that I want to tell you so you know kind of what's going on, and I didn't want to leave anything out. So these are helping me along the way. So the backstory. Every year I create a new passion project, and this is my 4th year doing it. It's always a year long, so whether that's 365 days, 52 weeks, in this case it's 12 months, hence 12 months of less. I pick something that will help me become the best version of myself. This year I did what I called a recipe a week. So every week for a year I made a new recipe. And I streamed it on Facebook Live. I put all the recipes on my blog, made a cookbook card. It was awesome. It helped me learn how to become a better cook and make things other than tacos and frozen pizzas every week. But now, tonight is actually my last recipe. And so I needed my project for 2018. A couple months ago, I was listening to a podcast when I was mowing the grass. It's called The Minimalist Podcast. And this particular episode, a very old episode, I remember scrolling back quite far, but they were talking about debt and getting real with your debt. One of the questions that they asked was, do you even know how much debt you're in? And so, since I was mowing the grass, I just told myself, nope, I don't know. Moved on with my day. But that night, that question came back to me, and I was like, you know what, I honestly have no idea. Every month I just go through the actions, pay the minimum balance, and move on. But I sat down and I calculated. I remember very clearly, I was in my bed, on all of my apps, my student loans, my car, my credit card, and I figured out how much debt I was in. And that number really shocked me. It was $92,000+. And I had put this all in my notes section on my phone, and for some reason I decided to take a screenshot and put it on my Instagram stories, which was a very vulnerable decision. Who does that? But it's very interesting because what happened once I did that, I posted that and I said how much debt I was in, and then I said, you know what, 2018 is going to be my year of less. 2018, I want to pay off my car and I want to pay off my credit card. And it was pretty incredible because I had a lot of people message me saying, either it went one of two ways. It was either like, you got this, it may be hard, but it's going to be worth it, you know. Or they said, hey, if you figure this out, will you let me know? Because I'm struggling too. And for the first time, I realized, you know what, this passion project that I am dreaming up for next year, it doesn't have to be just me. It can involve other people who really want less in their life. And so that's where you come in. There's this quote and it goes, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. That's why I invited you to come along so we can really create a lasting change. Okay, so that's the backstory. Next thing I want to go through is what to expect. Well, 2 things here. You're going to get 2 types of emails. The first one is what I'm calling a less letter. So it's kind of like a newsletter, but a less letter. Play on words. You're gonna get 12 of these throughout the challenge. So you're gonna get this every single month. It's going to be sent on the last day of the previous month. February's is gonna come January 31st, March's is going to come February 28th. I do not think it's a leap year this year. That's when it's going to be sent. In that letter is when you are going to get the theme of what we're focusing on for the upcoming month. The second email you're going to get is going to be a weekly email. It's going to be a weekly challenge. This is going to come out every Sunday. Every Sunday you'll get a challenge. The challenge is tied to the theme. If you've already done whatever challenge I have on there, say my example, since I'm sticking with this money thing, is say I challenge you to create a budget and you already have one, good for you. You get a buy that week. That's awesome that you're already doing things that are helping you become more with less. With the challenge, I'm also going to include a little bit of inspiration. This could be a podcast, a TED Talk, a quote. It could be me talking about my experience with, what's going on. And this may be what I'm most excited about because the last couple years I, collected a lot of things that really inspire me, and I've kind of pieced those into this passion project. So hopefully they also inspire you. So that is what is going into the weekly email. You're going to get a challenge, some inspiration. Timing can be a little weird, just giving you a heads up. So for instance, January ends on a Wednesday. So clearly it's not going to be like end the theme and then Thursday I'm sending you the challenge, because you're gonna have to wait till Sunday to get the challenge for that theme. So some weeks may have 4 challenges a month, some may have 5, depending on how it works. But if there's time in between when that theme's released and when you're gonna start that next challenge, use it to finish up a challenge you haven't done, or just use it to mentally prepare for the next month. Okay, when you signed up, you filled out a form. The form had your first name, your last name, your email, and asked what do you want less of in 2018. These are very important to me. So what you wrote down is super important because I knew what I wanted less of in 2018, and I went ahead and kind of filled out, some placeholders of this month we're doing this month we're doing this. But what I did, and I'll show you. This is just one of the papers, but every single person who signed up, I've read through everything you put down for what you want less of. And I've made categories of what we're doing. I've gone through and tried to figure out what each month would be. So like I said, there's 12 months. Each month is going to have a theme. We are going to cover what you put down in one of the 12 months. I've actually, if you see the wall behind me, that's where I started to lay everything out by month and the challenges and the inspiration and everything. I covered up the themes because I didn't want you to get a sneak peek. Sorry. With this, like I said, this is super, super important to me, what you want less of, because I really want to cover it. But there are 12 months in a year. So if we're in October and you're like, she has not covered my theme yet, be patient. There's 2 months after October. Uh-oh. We have things falling. It's fine. So really, please be patient. It's coming. We are going to get to your theme. There's a little bit of a method to my madness. So some of these, I have put them in certain months based on seasons. So that's why they are where they're at. The other thing is, I do not want to talk about something that I personally cannot speak to. The saying goes, practice what you preach. I don't want to preach something that I have not practiced yet. So that's why some of these, like my topic that I'm already talking about is less debt. That I'm not talking about until later on in this project, because I don't want to talk to you guys about how to make a budget, how to pay a credit card of $5,000 off if I haven't yet done it or taken steps to do that, and I actually know what is working and what's not working. With that, everyone put at least one thing on here. Well, some people didn't, they just signed up, but you may be surprised that, something that you didn't put on here is something that you actually need, and you're impacted by the better by doing you know, one of these themes of less, even though you didn't think you needed that. Okay. So like I'm working actively on a lot of these topics before I'm releasing them. You may see me post things in my Instagram stories, which brings me up to my next point. Please follow me on social media. I love Instagram. You can find me there every day on Insta stories. I usually also post on there, on Facebook. I have a Twitter. I don't use it a whole lot, but if you do, maybe I will hop over there. So you'll probably see me do things that you'll be doing later on. The other thing is, which is actually pretty funny, is Instagram now has a feature where you can archive your stories. And so the night that I put how much debt I was in on Instagram stories was the day that they started archiving. So if you go to my Instagram right now, you'll see there's one that says less. And in less, the first thing it shows you that story that I put up. So feel free to check that out. You can follow me. It's at Ashley and Noga, 2 N's, ASHLEYNNOGA, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook. It's just Ashley Noga. At the end of each less letter, there's going to be a recap. So this is like the email with your theme. We're going to have first, you know, where we're going in the month ahead, but I'm also going to do where we've been. And that is where I'm going to probably create a video. I may do some other things on there, but it is going to feature things that we've done throughout the previous month. So whether you clean out your closet or made a budget or whatever, that's where the hashtag 12 months of less really comes into play. So it's 12, 1, 2, and then months of less. Use it all over social media if you want, because I will be pulling things from there to feature in our emails. Okay, so the whole goal of this challenge is where I'm going to talk about the goal and tips on getting the most out of it. So the whole goal of this challenge is to become more with less. So we want to get rid of the things that don't matter in our life so we can make room for the things that do matter. Some tips that I want to leave you with, because number one, this is not a quick fix. So it's not 1 month down and now I'm done. It's more of a lifestyle change. I divided it into 12 months so we can really dive into a specific topic. The other thing is, they say if you do something for 21 days, it becomes a habit. So hopefully these habits can just keep piling on top of each other, and we can build upon it. Second thing, what you put into this is what you're going to get out of it. If you decide to skip a week because you're tired or you're busy, no one's going to be knocking on your door saying, hey, did you do the challenge yet? The thing that I like to say, the thing is, you will make time what's important for you. So if this is important, you're going to make time for it. If it's not important, then don't expect a change, which brings me to my last point. If you want a drastic change in your life, you have to make a drastic change. So just because I got a coupon for the grocery store and I use that coupon, that doesn't mean that I'm magically $92,000 not in debt anymore. You have to be committed and committed to the cause. If you're going to do something, do it right or don't do it at all. Don't half-ass it. I hope I didn't scare you with any of this. I do truly think it's going to be a lot of fun. Before we go, I want to let you know about the Facebook group. So I tossed this idea around. I wasn't sure. There's already so many Facebook groups out there, but I also know that it's valuable to have a place where you can go, where we can support each other, hold each other accountable. There should be a link in the email where you can click that will take you to the Facebook group. So if you want in on that, jump on over. And that's a great place, you know, to encourage people. If you want to make posts on what you're doing, I may grab some of those posts and put that in that recap video. But I think that's it. I know we went through a lot, so thanks for hanging with me throughout the whole part of this. I hope you're with me the whole 12 months. If you have any questions, send me an email, ashleyandnoga@gmail.com, or reply to this email. But yeah, I'm excited to do this with you, and I will see you in your inbox tomorrow when we begin.